Okay, so before this episode begins, I just gotta keep it a buck. This episode was supposed to be a clip for the most recent Genshin episode. Instead, the rant lasted so long it basically became its own episode. So here are my thoughts on sort of Lolis in general, but specifically why Lolis in Gacha games and Lolis in open world Gacha games such as Genshin Impact. It's such a strange choice and such an unsettling choice even, and just my thoughts about it. I've never sat down and thought about like about the profoundness of Lolis, if you want to put it that way, but I did today, and I can't necessarily say I feel better. In fact, I feel even more conflicted about why developers would sit down and purposefully decide to add children into their game, because as you guys are gonna see in this video, this was no mistake. They purposefully decided, you know what, make it a kid. Why? But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna let the rant commence. See you guys. Hey guys, Future King here. Before we kind of go further into this like quick clip slash like segment or whatever, let me just be super frank. This is the first time I am recording literally anything in days and days and days. It has been a very long time. I recorded like this episode, because this episode is now done at this point. I recorded all of this shit like I think like what, maybe 4 days ago, 5 days ago, some shit like that. I recorded this shit a while ago, all right, but I didn't want to post it yet because sorry, I'm gonna reply to Lunix once I'm done with this clip, because I just want to make sure my thoughts are as smooth as possible. But anyway, I recorded like the rest of this episode a few days ago, and I didn't want to post it yet because I think actually it was done on Christmas Eve. So basically this entire episode, or actually Christmas, sorry, Christmas. It's been a little while, so yeah, it was done on Christmas, so I think it's like 2-3 days ago or something. Here's the thing. I wanted to post this episode, but I keep thinking back to my like literal rant, which I'm not even sure if I'm gonna like edit it out or not. But I kept thinking back to it, and the issue is that I stand by what my thoughts are, but I think that because the rant was so spontaneous, I didn't really like formulate my thoughts in like a manner that would make anyone understand it. So I think we're gonna have a quick rant about Lolis here real quick, because apparently that's what my life has come to. God, it feels so good to be back in recording. I've literally been, I'm all out of sorts, bro, I swear. like everyone else is out here celebrating New Year's Eve, and I'm like, just like vomiting and being in pain. Like, it's not fun at all. It's not fun at all. Being sick aside, here's the thing. So I'm not necessarily a Loli hater or anything like that, because I do know that like those kinds of people exist in this world, where like they see a single Loli in like anime and they just a Loli or a Shota, although most of the time it's more so Loli than Shota, but regardless, they see these like sort of more childlike figures and they lose their shit. Now, I've never really been like this. I've mentioned it before, but like my thought process is very sort of like rigid and like logical in a way, where I like things to be structured and to make logical sense, right? It's one of the reasons why I can't stand shows like SpongeBob. Even as a kid, it always pissed me off. And one of the reasons why I will never enjoy One Punch Man, because the origin for his powers makes no sense, and it's just random bullshit. It's funny random bursts, sure. Oh, I did a little bit of exercise and now I can one punch everybody. Sure, whatever. But like, it's still bullshit, right? And when the rules of the world don't make sense, it pisses me off and I can't enjoy it. But if there are rules to a world, then I don't care what happens, because it just makes logical sense in that world. Now, here's the thing, right? I'm not saying like normal modern world, no fantasy bullshit, no magic bullshit, and you just have like an 8-year-old that talks as though they're like a full-grown adult or whatever. Nah, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gonna have some problems with that, right? But like the normal sort of Loli trope is to have like a very ancient or even like an immortal figure in the body of like a child, right? which again I don't really see as being like weird or anything like that, because bro, there are literally people blowing up suns and terraforming continents and just straight up reincarnating, and people are completely fine with all that bullshit. But as soon as it gets to the lolis, they're like, oh no, that makes no, that can't be allowed. It's like, really? That's where you draw the line? Like, you chill with the genocidal murders, right? But you draw the line to the lolis. All right, that's kind of a weird line for me. It's something that's never really bothered me before, and so I did not think that I would be this uncomfortable with the existence of lolis in this game. And like I said, it's been a couple days since I initially made my little like impromptu rant, and that's given me some time to think about why I am so uncomfortable with the fact that this game just has straight up children. Like what? Oh, no, not her. Calling Barbara a child has to be the biggest insult. Like there is something profoundly uncomfortable about this. Okay, I don't know how to feel about this shit, bro. I really don't know how to feel about this shit. And I was thinking about it. I was like, why is it like this? You know what I mean? Why am I like 422, 86? I'm trying to see if it says how old these people are, but like, yeah, I can't see. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Here's the thing, right? I was thinking about it. I was like, why am I like? Because like I said, I don't have a problem with it at all when it comes to anime or like web novels or comics or anything like that, so long as it fits the world. So why? And Genshin is obviously a world of magic and shit like that, so even then it fits the world logic and shit like that. So why am I having such a big problem with it? And I kind of sat down on it, and I had to like ponder over it a little bit, and it really wasn't even like an hour before I kind of had my answer. Let's keep it a buck. Okay, I had to kind of ask myself, if I saw a loli in a different type of game, would I have an issue with it? And the answer came back pretty astoundingly no. So then I had to ask myself, okay, if there are other gacha games, is this a problem with just Genshin, or if there is another gacha game where it featured lolis, would I have an issue with it? And my answer was, yeah, no, I'd have an issue with it. So then that led me to asking, well, why? And here's the thing, okay? I think before I go into why, I have to explain the way I view the nature of gacha games real quick, okay? Here's the thing. Gacha games, the main appeal of gacha games, and you guys can dispute this in the comments, but I feel like even with sort of my limited gaming knowledge, I can absolutely 120% swear by this fact. Gacha games, the main appeal of them is the fact that there are just like infinite playable characters, right? The main appeal is the playable characters. It's that being able to switch from character to character and just like have fun with all these kind of different like existences and shit like that, right? It's being able to embody these characters. Now, gacha games go about this in one of two ways. One, they take a pre-existing IP in which characters are already badass and are already sort of like if there was like a DC gacha game, do you know how incredibly quick that shit would explode? You know what? Because everyone wants to be Batman, everyone wants to be Superman, the Flash, whatever, right? So a gacha game that would allow you to sort of like experience that. I'm not even talking about an open world gacha game. I'm just talking about regular ass gacha games here. Open world gacha games are just they just exemplify what already exists for regular gacha games, right? But it really is the character appeal that makes gacha games so good. And then the second kind of gacha game are those that don't have pre-existing IPs, but rather create their own worlds, like Genshin Impact, for example. Genshin Impact, at least to my knowledge, is not something that existed beforehand. The world of Genshin Impact exists solely for Genshin Impact, right? So all these characters are original characters that exist solely in the Genshin universe, like, in the Genshin Impact universe, right? Which makes sense. Here's kind of the problem with that, right? Now that we've kind of settled on the fact that like gacha games main appeal are the characters, we have to kind of go a little deeper than that, right? We have to say what normally is left unspoken, right? And there's really sort of two reasons people play a certain character, okay? And here's the thing, there's a caveat to this, okay? I'm going to say ignoring stats and skills, okay? Because stats and skills are not necessarily a player choice, it's more so a dev choice, okay? You as the player, you don't really get to hold on, I didn't mean to click this. You don't really get to like decide what skills your character is gonna have and shit like that, right? That's completely up to the devs, okay? So for instance, if it was up to me, Amber would be even worse than she currently is, and Chongyun would be way better than he currently is, because Chongyun is currently my favorite design out of all the characters that I have. So obviously, if it was up to me, I'd make Chongyun as OP as possible, so that way I never have to switch. Or at the very least, I would get like a character that's like Diluc or like Zhongli or some shit, right? Because I like their aesthetics, and then I would just buff them up. And I feel like a lot of people even do this when they're not really focusing on competitive, where they'll pick a character that really is not good, and they'll still max the shit out of them just because they like the aesthetics, or they like the backstory, or they like, or whatever, right? Now, again, having to say what normally is left unsaid, I feel like there's really sort of two like streams of thought when people are choosing what characters to pick, when they're not really thinking about skills or stats or shit and stuff like that, right? Usually for male characters, it's badassery, right? The more badass a male character is, the more often people are to play with that male character, right? And then for female characters, I don't think I even have to really say it out loud. Come on now, it's obvious. The more plot the female character has, the more people will want to use them or want to acquire them. Okay, and in fact, Hoyo, the company behind this, has proven themselves readily aware of this fact, because not only do they develop Genshin Impact, they also develop Honkai Star Rail and Zenless Zone Zero. Now, if you guys, this is the big thing, if you guys have ever seen the trailers for Zenless Zone Zero, they do a very, very heavy job of emphasizing the plot of the female characters, okay? Which again is sort of the main appeal for gacha games, right? The better a female character is, the greater. The more badass a male character is, the better. And this isn't always the case, right? There are some cases where a female character will have a very high badass factor, and that will make them more appealing, right? And in the same way, there are certain characters that have a very like cool aesthetic. Then again, I feel like it's a little different, because like for example, yeah, Zhongli's really badass, but he's really badass because of the appeal, because of the drip, because of the eyes, shit like that, right? Hell, even Yuvedi, bro, look at this man, look at the drip, look at like the regal setup, you know what I mean? So like, I feel like it's actually kind of the same for both male and female characters. It really is actually the plot, although for male characters it's obviously a different kind of plot. I feel like for male characters it's more so aesthetics, but y'all understand what I'm trying to say here at this point, which you guys may also beginning to come to understand my point of why I feel so strange for there to just be straight up kids in this game. I don't understand, like why? Because like I'm thinking about it from a dev perspective, right? I'm sitting there as a dev, and I'm like, what differences would this have made if this character was 10 to 16 years older? Why would you not do that? Why as a developer would you consciously decide, make it a child? Why? And this isn't like we know what kind of game we're talking about here, right? Like I'm not crazy. Like, yeah, sure, I make jokes and shit, right? Because, look, I make the same jokes basically everyone else ever would, right? I'm not, like, crazy. It's fine to make jokes and shit like that. It's fine to admire certain characters. I don't care about that. What I care about is that in a game that very clearly understands where their players are gonna come from, in what world would you add kids to that? Like, I don't understand it. I genuinely don't. Like, even if these weren't actually kids, okay? Even if these were like your anime type lolis, where they were like 1,000-year-old like adults just stuck in the body of a child, I would still find it fucking strange, bro. I would, because the difference between like gacha games and other games, especially like 3D like open world gacha games like Genshin, right, is that you can deadass basically you basically embody the character you play with, bro. Why would you like, I talked about it before. The reason you kind of choose characters, if you're not really thinking stats and how good they are and shit like that, is for the aesthetics. It's for the appeal. And it's because, like the reason I want to play the Luke or Zhongli is because I think they're fucking badass, right? And, like, it's basically the escapism fantasy, right? You want to embody somebody who's badass, or you want to embody somebody who's awesome or whatever, right? Now, when males play female characters, it's not necessarily because they want to embody them, but it's more so because they want to admire them, which makes it even kind of, again, stranger, because it's like, okay, in what world would you want to embody and or admire a child? I don't get it. Now, sure, it can go beyond that, right? But I don't think it would, because, like, yeah, you can absolutely go like this, you can go like this, you can, oh, I can't switch up, hold on, it's been so long since I played this game, hold on, I gotta go to the party setup. Damn, this was gonna be such a clear point, right? This was gonna be such a good point, and then just no, hold on, there we go, switch, alright, there we go. So, like, yeah, you could, hold on, bro, how tall is this chick? What the heck? Bruh, she's... I mean... Bruh, she's actually not that tall. It's just, they made her... Bruh, they made her model so thick. And I'm talking about actual width terms. Yeah, bro, look at this. They basically shrunk her model size, but made her mad chunky. This is crazy. This is insane. Yeah, look at this, bruh. Okay, anyway, but, like, you can absolutely go with a child character and not think a single thing about it. And I'm sure the most majority, like, I'm not... Here's the thing, I think it's weird. I saw this, like, debate happening a while ago, earlier this year with Final Fantasy. And I've never played Final Fantasy, I've never seen anyone play Final Fantasy, and honestly my gaming experience at the time was like non-existent because I didn't even have a gaming PC so I'm just currently starting to play all these games and shit this year. So here's the thing, right? I was seeing this rant because apparently there's this like race in Final Fantasy which are straight up just a bunch of kids, or they're actually just a bunch of kids. And I was seeing basically these I was seeing people call the players who choose to be this race of kids pedophiles, and the people who were playing this race were like very up in arms about it. They're like, bro, we're not pedophiles. And at the time I was like, well, yeah, obviously they're not pedophiles. It's a game. It's fucking, well, why would you, like, bro? And even now I'm like, no, it's still way it's not right to call people who, like that pedophiles, right? Because again, it's a game. Second of all, like there's a whole lot that separates it from pedophilia. Pedophilia is a very serious thing that we should not just be going around here naming. But now that I've kind of like immersed myself in this game, I'm like, why did they even make it a child in the first place? Like, ignore the players for a second. Why did the developers sit down and say, yeah, let's make it a child? Like, why? I don't understand. Like why? Am I it's like I'm running this in my head over and over and over again, and I'm like how, bro? This is a straight up kid. This is a straight up kid. This is a straight up child. Why? Why is this? Why? I just, why are there so many of them? Like why are there so many of them? Like, is this also, no, okay, then thank God, this is a full-grown person, which they should all be full-grown. Bro, this isn't even just a child. This is a child in a onesie. This is a child in an actual onesie. Why? I don't understand it, dude. Like, maybe this is, like, I get that this is sort of my first anime gacha. I mean, technically, Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross was my first anime gacha, but that was, like, based on a pre-existing IP. And it also wasn't, like, open world gacha, so, like, it does have a couple differences. But, like, why? I just don't understand it, dude. Like, I don't understand why. Because it's not even, like, once or twice. It's not even. Do all the characters stretch when you pick them? Am I crazy? Hold on, I don't think all the characters are meant to stretch when you select them, but every single Loli I've picked so far just does stretches. Okay, that was not the animation that played. Hold on, bro. That was not the animation that played. Bruh, I feel like I'm losing my mind. I feel like I'm going crazy, bro. Like, I don't get it.
1,
Like,
2,
it's not
3, 4, and
like I don't. Let's choose Venti for example. So, are there 2 animations? Is there an active animation and then a stretch animation for every character, or is it just? Because it would be very sus if that wasn't the case. Hold on, we're waiting for Venti's second animation to play out here. Come on, come on, Venti. Bro, stop staring into my soul. Yeah, bro. Oh, look at that. It's not a stretch animation. Like I don't know, man. I'm just saying. It's very odd that every single adult character doesn't stretch, but all of the lolis happen to have a stretch animation. I'm just saying, it is a little strange. It is strange. Like y'all may not agree with this rant, but at the same time, it is strange. Like even that isn't even a stretch. That man is just adjusting his gloves. Okay, that's literally like that is completely different than whatever this shit. Like what is this? Why is this? Because like let's not ignore the fact that this is straight up a child, bro. I don't like if it happened once, I'd be like, okay, you know what? It is still kind of strange, but it's fine. One child, it is strange, but it's whatever. There's like 10 children. There's like 10 kids in this game already. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm just making a big deal out of this because again, it is sort of like my first time experiencing something of this nature, and so like, I'm getting like a little bit of a culture shock, right? I understand now a little bit why Loli haters are like. I understand a little bit of why they get so sort of, I don't even want to say turned off because that has very negative connotations, but, like, so resistant, I guess, to the idea of lolis. I understand it better now. Like, I get it. Because I'm sort of experiencing the exact same shit right now, and I don't even really like this clip is already 20 minutes long. I frankly, straight up, I didn't expect this to be this long of a rant, but the more I'm talking about it, the more I'm finding it very, very strange. Like, I'm not even blaming the players, because again, like what I was talking about before, when like you choose a player, when you choose a character, sorry, that was, again, I kept continuously mentioning it, that was without taking into consideration skills and like stats and shit like that. But unfortunately, some characters just have good skills and shit, and like it doesn't like I seriously don't get it. Like if you just age this character up by like 20 years, it would make no difference. Like this is a willful choice. It's the thing that's pissing me off and like making me very confused. I don't understand why they, because like this is a very, very willful choice. This isn't a mistake. A young warrior, yeah, but you don't gotta tell me it's a young warrior. I'm pretty sure. Youngest disciple, a gentle and caring little adult, bro. Come on now, come on now. This is a young prodigy detective. Okay, so thankfully, thank God, young isn't just used to made, language, knowledgeable, captain. Come on. All these a young extras. Okay, all right, cool. So thankfully, young is not just used to describe lolis, but it is strange, bro. It is really strange. Like I don't know why it's like this, dude. Like I'm just so confused by the devs' decisions to willfully sit down and go, let's make them kids. Like, cause I don't understand it. Cause like, what would the difference be if you just made them adults like every other character in the game? Like y'all, literally, they are the minority, and they're an unneeded minority. So I don't understand why they're here. Like look at this. Look at how many characters there are in this game, And notice how many of them are adults, which means that when they were creating these characters, the developers really sat down and purposefully decided, make them kids. Because that's not something that happens by accident. Like, I don't get it. I really don't. Also, this dude looks so fucking sick. My god, badass. God damn it. Bro, this man looks so badass. God damn. Bro, and he's a Geo? Bro, I used to think Geo was the most useless element because it had like no elemental reactions, but I swear to god, it's like everyone who's out of the goddamn Geo like looks badass. You have this dude, you have the Ocelot girl, you have where is he? You have Zhongli. If I can see Zhongli. Bruh, I was just praising you, and then you had to growl and let out a Chinibu stomp. God damn it! Yeah, you couldn't just take the praise, bro. You had to ruin your image. God damn it! See, Zhongli over here, and then where's the? Hold on. Let me sort by elemental type.
Wine tastes the same as I remember.
All right, yeah. See, look at this. Look at this. Ocelot girl. There we go. And then, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I don't understand why, like, it's not just one or two, you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like, I'm not trying to keep score or anything like that, because I feel like I'd be in a lot of pain if I actually tried to, like, keep score and shit. But there's probably, like, 10. And, like, that doesn't seem like much. But then, like, you stop to think about it, and you're like, oh, that's actually... Why did they sit down and decide that 10 times? This isn't like a one-off thing, you know what I mean? And that's kind of what's like making me very, very... Damn, this man's got some bulk on him. God damn, this is the man, right? Hold on. The guard, bro, it literally... No, come on. Is this a dude or a... Guard of the, bruh. I'm just gonna assume this is a dude. To be fair, I thought Huteo was a dude too, and apparently I was horribly wrong about that. I don't remember how bad people were in the comments. That shit was funny. But yeah, Huteo. This is a girl apparently. This is
Silly churl,
okay. Hearing the voice, it's a very clearly a girl. But I'm sorry, this just looks like a dude, bruh. Like, cause you don't even see the ponytail as he's bro. I'm sorry. This just looks like a dude. I'm not gonna hold you. I stand by what I said. Huteo just looks like a dude. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it 100. But like, I genuinely don't understand, bro. I'm so like, I hope like my thoughts and me like sort of exploring my thoughts here don't turn off anybody. But I hope that doesn't really like turn off anybody or anything like that. I'm just kind of exploring my thoughts here with you guys on the channel. It's not something I'm gonna bring attention to again in the future. I know I made some Loli jokes in like the first episode or whatever. I think it was like about Paimon. Those were just jokes. I didn't like, cause I didn't really realize there were so many of them, and at the time I didn't really like I don't know. I guess even back then I was feeling a little weirded out by it, but like I didn't have the words or even like I didn't really stop and think about it to be able to understand sort of why I feel there's something so profoundly wrong with adding straight up kids in this Gacha game. Like, sure, it would be a lot worse if it was ZZZ, but like, let's not make any joke about what kind of like. Look, okay, I don't think the people who are playing Genshin Impact are children, okay? Y'all, I have a Discord community, which if you guys have not been a part of that yet, go join it, okay? But like, look, we make the same jokes about Genshin characters, and when I say we, I mean people who play Genshin Impact. As the type of jokes I used to make about like Ember Prime and like Warframe, okay? Like, we make straight up very obvious plot-centered jokes, right? So like, as the developers obviously know this, because otherwise they wouldn't spend so much time making sure the female characters were as attractive as they were. In which case, why do you sit down and go, you know what? Just make it a girl. I mean, so just make it a child. Like who sits down and goes, just make it a child, bruh? Like look at these models, okay? This make no like mistake. All the characters have mad drip. All the male characters have mad drip, and all the female characters, their models are So, yo, let me just tell. Okay, hold on. Both of these guys look. I mean, I know this is a dude and this is a girl, but goddamn, these uniforms look fucking sick. But like, goddamn, like for real though, like you guys get my point, right? Like, I don't understand it. I don't know, man. I feel like it's weird. I feel like it's really, really weird, cause, man, I don't know. There's something profoundly distasteful about the decision to sit down and purposefully make it kids. Like, I'm not even blaming players. I'm more so confused about the developers' choices in this situation. Because again, it's different when it's in a like an anime or something, right? Because like first of all, yes, it coincides to the world, like to the rules of the world in anime as much as it does a game, right? But the difference is that you're not out here controlling the character on screen. Okay, games give you a much higher like agency than just watching something does. Obviously, that's a very like simple and common sense like statement, but I feel like it still needs to be said. And it's like here's the thing: if you saw like if there were lolis in this game, but they weren't playable characters, I think it wouldn't be as big of a deal for me. I don't think I would even mention it once. For instance, literally Paimon. I don't have an issue with Paimon being in existence. In fact, you guys know I've literally said Paimon is my favorite character so far. She agrees with everything. She's mad funny. Like she's always. I mean, yeah, she is mad stupid too, and I still want to find a way to put her in a pot and eat her. But that's only because she keeps ruining everything. Okay, that's. That has nothing to do with her being a loli. Okay, and if there were more characters like Paimon, who were just straight up lolis but weren't playable, I literally wouldn't have an issue. I just think it's very odd for you to just make a bunch of kids and then also make them playable like why? Why would you do this? Like if it was one kid or two kids, I'd be like, okay, you know what, it's still strange. I still find it weird. I'll probably like never really use these characters, or at the very least I'll always feel a little off about you whenever using these characters, because I don't know why I would ever select a child over an adult. Like, I don't get it. Like, here's the thing. Like, let's just keep it a buck real quick. If you had a choice right now, you could choose this version of Kashina, or you had a second version of Kashina, who was, I don't know, who had the same sort of model as Sucrose, around sort of the same maturity level as Sucrose, right? Same skills, same stats, same, like outfit, same cosmetics, everything, right? Would you choose to use them? And I'm gonna be a little presumptuous here, but I think the mass majority would, like if there's no difference between stats and skills and stuff like that, I genuinely would find it very odd if anyone decided to use the child version over the adult version. Like, I don't get why there would even be a kid. I don't understand why this is the default. Like, I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. Like, this episode has had me on full tilt for literally days. I've just been replaying this shit over and over in my head. Like, I got double lolis, bro, and I don't even, like, and that's really just set it in for me of why are these even in the game? This is a straight up child. This is a child. Why is this in, why are you here? Like, why are you here? Like, if I saw this character as part of the story, or like just like if we like wandered through Liu, right, and there was this character playing this idol animation with like the bunny on the streets, I'd probably stop and be like, oh, that's adorable, and I'd keep going. But now that I'm like, but like, why would you want to play as a child? Like I don't know. I'm really the only reason I'm even making this video, I'm not gonna lie, I was originally gonna include this into a the full episode, but this is already half an hour long, so instead I'm gonna just include it as a clip, because like I don't know, I'm hoping the comments will help me like rationalize this shit, because I genuinely feel like I'm going goddamn insane and I don't get it. Like I think it would have been, I think this was the worst time for me to also make this like these sort of like this chain of thoughts or whatever, because like I'm also horribly sick right now, so like I don't have the energy to get as worked up as I usually do. Otherwise, believe me, I'd be throwing much more confusion at this than I am right now. But my mind's already overheating, so I don't have the energy. But like I I don't know, man. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, I just, cause like I'm literally replaying every moment I've had of this game in real time, and I like past the Lisa jokes and shit like that. Every time I've used the character, I'm out here just like, man, I don't know, bruh. I don't know. Why would you choose to play as a child? I don't think, like, I really don't think that if like players had the choice, they choose. And in that case, why did the devs make them children in the first place? Like, can we? So for example, Laura is a literal child. Y'all didn't see me like act strange when we had to have a dialogue with her in like the last episode or whatever. I thought it was completely natural. Obviously, there's gonna be children in a world that doesn't like I'm sorry, that's completely natural. But then you have to like, why would you? And like what I'm saying is that if it was like one kid, right? You had like one playable kid. Sure, it's an outlier. It's strange, but it's also the outlier. But like, when you have a bunch of them, it really makes you stop and you're like, why are the devs doing this? What is the purpose? Because don't fool yourselves and think there isn't a purpose. Like you guys have to understand, developers do everything with a purpose. Everything with a purpose. When they choose brick textures, they're choosing them to be the most appealing to like players, or they're choosing grass textures, or when they're choosing like elemental skills or whatever. Everything is done with a purpose, which case, why kids? Why? Because like, again, the mass majority of playable characters are adults, which in turn means that every time every time a character turned into a kid, it was a purposeful decision on the part of the devs. They really sat down and said, make it a kid. Why? Like what is the difference? I don't, man, I don't understand it. I feel it's unnecessary, and I feel it's very weird. It's a very weird choice. It's a very sus choice, okay? It's like you're making a character, you sit down and you go, make it a kid. Why, sir? No, make it a kid. Sir, you're aware that this is the same game that has characters like Lisa, that has characters like the Ocelot girl. You know what kind of game we're making here, right? We're making a gacha game. More so than that, we're making a gacha game that, all the most popular characters, there's this internet rule. Have you heard of it? It's like, oh, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but make it a kid anyway. Like, why? I don't understand the reasoning or the logic behind it, or why it is what it is. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I think that's gotta be all for this, like, little, like I said, it was supposed to be a clip, but we've gone way overboard here, so I'ma just, I'ma just make it into an episode and release it, and you guys will help me. So, yeah, help me, please, because I'm losing my sanity. I'll see you guys. I'll be reading the comments for this episode, because I really need to know. I need to know. Peace, guys.